In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Facebook retargeting ad to specifically retarget a previous video ad. So let's get into it. Okay, now the first thing we want to do when creating a retargeting ad is we want to create the retargeting audience. So this is basically the audience that we want to remarket to. So the way you do this is head on over from your ads manager to the audiences tab. Now you'll find this under audiences right here. So just click here. If you haven't created an audience before, it'll show up like this with the 4 different buttons. If you have previously created some sort of audience, then it'll come up with a different page, but it'll have a tab that says create audiences as well. But to create a retargeting audience for a previous video ad, we want to click here on create a custom audience. We then want to go down to video, and this will take us to this page. Now here is where we're going to choose the video that we will create the audience for, but also the type of audience that we want to choose. So when you click on here, it's going to give you a few options. Now personally, I would recommend to choose either one of these: people who have watched 50% of your video or people who have watched 75% of your video. Now this means you're going to create an audience for people who either watched 50% or 75% of the previous video ad that you've run. So we'll choose 75. Then we're going to choose the video which we want to create this audience from. So we'll just choose the video here. Now you can either choose it from a page or you can choose it from a campaign. Now in this case, I'm going to be choosing it from the campaign menu because it was a previous campaign that I had run. So we'll choose the video there. Okay, so this is the video here. Just check the box here, scroll down and click confirm. Okay, so the video is now here. We're retargeting or creating an audience for 70 people who watch 75% of this video. Now down here, you can determine how many days in the past for the people that you want to retarget, basically, so, or create the audience for. So if you ran this video ad, earlier on in the year and it ran for quite a long time, you might want to say include people who watched this video in the past 180 days. So 180 is a good number to choose, but again, it depends, when you ran the video ad. So if you ran it a week ago, you could just put in 14 days. It doesn't matter so much. And then we're going to name the audience here, so you can just call it retargeting ad or whatever you prefer. And then click create. Now, once you click create, it's going to say, well, in this case, it says ready and it says populating. So populating means can take actually quite a while sometimes. It might take a few minutes. It might take up to an hour to basically fully populate the audience as it determines the size of the audience. So maybe come back in a little while to this page and it should say available once it's finished. So we're now going to head on over to create a campaign, and I'll show you how you can then drop this audience into the Facebook campaign that you'll next create to create that retargeting ad. Okay, so I'm now going to show you how you can select that audience that we've just created and create an ad that retargets it. So this is really good because this audience has watched 75% of the video that we created the audience for. So we know they're what we call a warm audience. They've watched a significant portion of our previous video ad and are familiar with our brand or product or whatever you were promoting. And so we're now going to create a retargeting ad, which maybe you're going to advertise a special offer or something to really get that conversion. So we're here on the ad creation page. So just pick the objective that you're going to use. We'll just choose traffic. Now you can name your campaign, select your budget. We'll just go through this quite quickly because I want to show you how you can choose the custom audience. Now, when you scroll down and you get to this audience section here, click on this section here called custom audiences. And there we go. This is the audience we've just created, retargeting ad, and we can select this. Now, this will populate all the people that watched 75% of that previous video, and it's now, this ad will target only the audience that we just created. But there's a couple of things you need to do to make sure it does only target that audience. So make sure no countries are selected. So we don't want to target any other countries because, again, we just want to target the people in this custom audience. Make sure the age is as broad as possible. Gender, all genders are selected. Don't put any interests in the detailed targeting. So basically you want to keep this as blank as possible. And then just go through and create your ad as you normally would. And that's it. You can then finish up, create the ad, and you've now created a retargeting ad which has retargeted people who watched your previous ad, and you should get much better conversion results out of this. So that's the video for today. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. I really hope this helps you create some really high converting retargeting ads, and yeah, I hope it's been useful. So we'll see you in the next video.